Thanks for joining me for the Black Forest cottage build. I'm starting with the basic structure, then we'll move on to some pretty special enhancements and details that take this from standard to spectacular. So make sure you stick around till the end. The ground floor is built from stone, 4 pieces high, but leave the front porch open. Internal stairs can be either straight or curved. It's your choice. As is the material you use. This build will use a mix of regular wood and ash wood. Fill in the first floor as shown. And use the 1x1 pieces to patch any small gaps. The chimney is done in stone. You can copy my design or go with your own. I quite like this version, with a smaller top section for smoke ventilation. Quick tip, add a 45-degree roof piece inside your hearth. It helps direct smoke upward and keeps the fire lit even with an open top that lets the rain in. Now I'm framing out the back section of the house first. It helps give the structure some shape. If you can't use ash wood or don't like the look, switch it out for something that works for you. Just be sure it's 8 metres wide along the side of the house and use 45-degree walls to connect the two sections. Place half walls at the top and the bottom, leaving a neat square in the centre. We'll fill that in later with a nice design. Begin the front roof section 1 metre back from the edge of the porch. On the other side of the house, temporarily place 6 2-metre beams, 3 metres back from the front. This gives us the frame for the next roof section. Add 2 2-metre poles at each end of the temporary line, and then attach the 45-degree roof to them. You can remove the temporary line now. When placing the 45-degree roof shingles over the front porch, they should sit flush with the front, and then the beams will nest halfway in. Fill in wall gaps using 1 and 2 metre pieces as needed. For the front balcony, I want to wrap it slightly around the side, so centering is crucial. If it's off, it'll look odd, so take your time. You can choose whether the clean edges face outward or inward. Just for something different, I initially put the black crossbars facing out, but changed my mind later, as you will see. I've used the cage wall around the front balcony, but that's completely optional. You'll see a lot of these ashwood arches throughout the build. The effect is stunning. I'm loving how this looks so far, but just wait till we jazz it up even more. Finish the roof with inner 45-degree corners and shingles. For extra contrast, use regular wood beams as roof capping. I noticed the roof was red in a few places, so if you've got the resources, add iron beams to the frame at each end. That will give us the stability needed for the chandeliers that I'm going to show you how to make later. Double check inside and out and make sure all the gaps are filled. Don't be afraid to mix wood tones for contrast. Now for the special windows. Use a 45-degree wall, an inverted 45-degree wall to create a diamond shape. Then we'll fill the gaps with ashwood dividers. They sit neatly inside the wall pieces and form a beautiful centre pattern. Now do the same on both sides. Fill in the stair gaps, add edges and railings if you like. Once again, I'm using a single cage wall here as a barrier, but that's my personal choice. Each downstairs window is done the same way. Use ashwood arches and beams to frame the windows, and you can do the fireplace the same way too if you like. On the outside of the window, use the shift key to slot the crystal wall into the centre of the stone. Then frame the outside to match the inside. I'm adding iron beams to the front balcony, but they're not essential. Normal beams will work just fine. Now onto the fun part, a truly special decorative touch for the front of the house. Place an arch at the outer edge of the front patio so it fits neatly. Do a mirrored copy. Now for the important part. Use a 1 metre beam facing inward at the base of each arch. Then add a 1 metre pole at the end of it. This gives us an anchor point for the next level. Place the next arch on top of the 1 metre poles and another arch on the outer edge. You can now remove the 1 metre beams and poles. Finish the edges and bring the final arch down to the floor using 2 metre poles. Now we repeat this process for the larger balcony area. Connect the first arch, give it the anchor points of the 1 metre beam and the 1 metre pole. Then you can add each arch going up, across and down the other side. I also removed the walls above the doors and added even more arches. Totally optional, but I love the look. The next decorative upgrade is the front posts, to make them round and larger. It takes practice with the shift key, but it's worth it. Alternate between the 2 metre and 1 metre poles to get the effect. Rotate each new section twice. Hold the shift key as you position each piece. Sometimes you'll need to move your character. It won't snap in. You just have to eyeball it and get it as close as possible. Continue all the way around the base until you form a circle. The bottom row's the hardest, but once you get that right, the rest will just snap on top. Now for the windows again. I want to add an extra layer for depth. This part's tricky and a bit fiddly. If it's too much, feel free to skip it, but if you can guesstimate the positioning using the shift key, the result will be well worth the effort. You might have wondered why this gap is here. It's for a built-in jacuzzi. Dig it out a little, add a base, then place the hot tub. Finish the outer edge in stone. And then on the inside, place a wooden floor to close it off neatly. Sofa time. Decide on the size and place the edges. Now add a stool. Make sure the arrow is facing you. It's just for helping place the floor piece at the right height. Next, use the shift key again to place the floor slightly under the seat level. Play around with it until it feels right. Then fill in the rest of the area at the same height. Remove your guide stool and then you can place the real ones where you want them for seating. This works best if you aim your mouse at the ground and slide it backward. Decorate how you'd like. I love the contrast between the light and dark woods. use dark wood beams to finish off the base, sliding them in again with the shift key. Hair rugs slip nicely under the stools, just make sure they're low enough not to block the seating. Side tables at half height finish it off beautifully. The next upgrade, the ceiling. That underfloor look isn't great, so I'm using Ashwood decorative floor pieces to give it an elegant finish. Place them slightly below the floor using the shift key, so they don't poke through the floor above. I think this looks amazing. Upstairs, I'm adding a shelf for the armour stands along the front walls. You could even wrap it into a dressing table on the left if you like. The front door's bothering me, so I brought it in with an extra row of stone to give the entry more depth. Once again finishing it with arches. Diverger lanterns on the front add some lovely sophisticated lighting. Now for the bedroom. I'm going with a red rug theme, so the whole upper floor gets a red makeover. I'm using the chimney wall as a bed head, and instead of leaving the area open, I'm using half walls to divide the space just enough without closing it off. For nightstands, I love using 4 Ashwood arches rotated at right angles. With a 1x1 floor piece on top. Add a lava lantern and wow, what a lovely bedroom. Now for the chandelier I promised. Super simple. Use a 2-metre pole hanging from the roof. Attach 1-metre beams to the base of it. Rotate each one twice until you've placed 8. Add Diverger wall lanterns backwards so that the light faces in. The glow intensifies with each lamp, and the copper diamond shape is just gorgeous. Let's jazz up the armour stand wardrobe area. Add a railing on top, then a temporary beam just underneath. Using the bog witch tray, we can place yellow glowing mushrooms along the beam. They'll be hidden from the front. Add as many as you like and then remove that temporary beam underneath them. You'll have a glowing shelf of light above the armour stands. Doesn't it look cool? Looking at the bedroom, I think we can take it even further. Add more arches and another wall on the other side. And how about a marble throne in the sofa? Why not? Oh, and did you know that you can place Jodin puffs or mage caps on the tables for decorations? Yes, I tested it, and you can definitely do it in vanilla. Now you know I love my gardens. The next tip comes from Sarah 4 and 10. It uses the Plant Easily mod. Just keep your mouse in the same position and rotate each thistle twice as you plant. Keep going around the circle. The light effect builds up and looks stunning, don't you think? That mod also allows for the flint stone garden edging. and a different top floor layout you might prefer too. I hope you love this Black Forest cottage as much as I do. I know I'd love to live in a place like this, especially with a hot tub to relax in at the end of a long day plundering and looting. Thank you so much to all my amazing blue gems on YouTube and Patreon. Your support means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any future builds or tips. If you want to catch the chaos live, you can join me on Twitch for my build streams, live adventures, and other games that I play too. Until next time, happy building, and may your roof pieces always snap in the right spot.